As you trudge through the forest, thick undergrowth claws at your legs. The light of the moon barely breaks the canopy. You are so close to home, and then your lantern begins to glow a sickly green. Oh no, it's close. Come along with me as I build the wondrous item, the Lantern of Tracking. For my lantern, I 3D printed off this model I found online. I scaled it to roughly 50% of its original size, and it's intended to use a little LED, but we're going to use a much bigger strip of LEDs. First things first is cleaning up any leftover supports and making sure that all the pieces fit together nice and flush. I've got this strip of LEDs that connect to a remote and can easily plug into USB. I got these off Wish a very long time ago for really cheap. I sincerely didn't think I would actually get them and that they would actually arrive. But they did, and they work just as intended. In the original model, this little part I'm pretty sure is meant to house a switch so you can flick on a single LED. But in our case, we're going to have the cord come out so I can plug it into an external power bank. And some modifications are going to need to be made to this little piece. I just use a saw and clippers to remove that centerpiece, so that way the strip of LEDs can easily run up through the hole. And here's our strip of LEDs. I cut it a little bit longer than I think I'll need, just so I have some working room. And then, using super glue, I fill a layer of glue at the bottom of this resin, because the sticky side of the LED strip did not like to stick to this resin at all. So it'll stick to the layer of super glue much easier. And when that is all dry, we can start feeding our LED strip through the hole. And it all fits quite snugly in there. And if there's something that superhero comics have taught me, don't underestimate a Green Lantern, because they won't take it lightly. And when it's done, it all looks quite sporadic, but that feeds into my version of the Lantern of Tracking quite well. For me, the Lantern of Tracking is full of these little magical fireflies, and when they see different creatures, when they detect them from 300 feet away, they change colors. So all of these little points of light are the different fireflies floating around within the lantern. And then I give the outer side of the clear resin a nice sand down, so that way it will diffuse the light a little bit better. Before we can call construction finished, we have to fill those little gaps. I use some green stuff and some super glue just to mold the gaps shut and hold this thing tight. All throughout building this, I'm thinking, wow, how crazy would it be just to activate this on the table and see the player's reaction? I can't wait. The Gamal Dynasty Lantern of Tracking. This wondrous magical item is a bronze lantern created during the Gamal Dynasty thousands of years ago. Its original intentions were to track down and locate missing or rogue automatons. When within 300 feet of an automaton, it would begin to glow a green light. However, the lantern also glows blue and red at strange intervals. No one has yet to find out the true meaning of these colors. The Gamal dynasty is an ancient religion, and they had extremely advanced technologies. They were the creators of the automatons you see in my first video, and now they are looking for the rogue ones. Watch out, adventurers, for the road's perilous at night, so always keep your trusty lantern nearby. After giving it all a nice coat of bright bronze and a gloss varnish, it's ready to finish assembly. And it easily runs through and plugs in to this nice little power bank. And then it powers on using this simple remote. Subscribe to see more, and remember to keep your wits about you while adventuring, and a good lantern by your side.